Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today we're going to conclude our look at the Lords of England cigars. These were brought back by Pure Aroma Cigars, makers of DeCrossier. Today we're looking at the Connecticut version, and you saw a lot on the lead-in. Big point of emphasis here, these are made in the Perdomo factory in Esteli. Now, this cigar uses an Ecuadorian Connecticut shade wrapper, Nicaraguan binder, and filler. 3 sizes, 5x50, 6x50, and 7x50 available. Today we are looking at the Toro 6x50, and there is the density. Has an average feel in the hand, not very heavy, not very light, just sort of right there in the middle. But very much a Connecticut shade wrapper, I think you will agree. So if you'll check out the blog, you can get the entire background of these cigars and what have you. But we're going to jump right into the review. Now, you will remember we did do the Maduro here a few days ago. This is the only other one. It's Maduro and a Connecticut. So today, let's do it. The new Lords of England Connecticut Toro. Alrighty. That was a good sound, isn't it? When you clip off the cigar. I like that noise. I like that sound. I like the draw. Very good. Cold draw is it's like sweet hay. First flavors are very nice. You get tired of hearing me say this, but if it is what it is, then that's what I got to say. A very pronounced sweet orange citrus. Lots of cinnamon, lots of brown sugar, white chocolate, giving it even more sweetness, and it's just a smooth sweetness. And it takes the edge off any nutmeg, which is very low at this point, noticeably. Black coffee at the base, but it's not as noticeable as the sweet, tangy citrus and white chocolate up front. Black pepper at about 7.5. So that's how you start. I say this a lot too, but that's a good start. Let's just see where we go from here. Over here at the first third, and this Connecticut is checking off just about every box that I want personally for a Connecticut, including clear my sinuses. The lead flavor is still a citrus and has a little cedar influence. There's quite a bit of cinnamon, a little above average amount of brown sugar, a little thread underlying caramel, which I juggled it because there is also an underlying thread of the white chocolate. It's not an overly abundant amount, but it is there, and you notice it. It's just not in your face. There is nutmeg, but it's very creamy, and it's tied to that white chocolate, making it sweet and creamy. The black coffee is elevated. Not a problem. It needed to elevate to balance out the cigar. The pepper is still very good. The cigar is medium bodied at best. Okay? It's a Connecticut. But it may move up. Finish is brown sugar and a little nutmeg. and a touch of cinnamon with pretty decent lingering black peppers. Very, very nice. Oh, by the way, these have been around since 816. This is a very good cigar. Very sweet, tangy flavors. Smooth with the little caramel and white chocolate. Even the nutmeg is smooth. This checks off every box for Connecticut for me, and it's got the only box left has got to have a little bit of power, but medium bodied is okay. All right, follow me here. We're going to start this cigar off at 95 because I like it a lot, and I hope it holds close to that because we've had here recently an onslaught of cigars that started off great in the first third and went downhill. I had one of these earlier this week again, and that one did not go downhill. So I'm hopeful. I'm not trying to give away anything, but this one has to live up to the billing, okay? But the first third is a solid 95. Very tasty, very tasty. And you've got this. We've got a pretty good burn time. You've got to smoke Connecticut slower, or they lose just about everything. So let's move on to the second third. Well, we're here at the end of the second third, and not a lot has changed. That's good news, folks. It's very sweet. It's very sweet and tangy. The citrus with a little cedar influence, brown sugar and cinnamon, subtle white chocolate. I don't really have the caramel anymore. It's not a big deal. It's plenty sweet. Plenty of nutmeg and plenty of black coffee. Finish is unchanged. It's a low grade medium to full. Another good point because a weak Connecticut just doesn't cut it. But this cigar is very tasty. And for a Connecticut, and if you want a Connecticut with plenty of sweetness and a little power, hey, this could be it. Perdomo did a good job with both of these cigars. I'm still hoping that Maduro that I reviewed earlier was a little bit of a fluke in the final third, but regardless, it was a pretty good cigar. This one is turning out to be better. It's holding its flavor notes and sweetness and everything else. Now, through the second third, it's basically not much change, so I'm not changing the score. 95. The extra power of low grade medium to full only helps solidify that score. So we've got one more third to go. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. Well, cigar did not go down. In fact, would you believe it is full-bodied? It just kept ramping up. Medium to full, right into the final third. There's still quite a bit of sweetness. It's not quite as tangy as it was, but the brown sugar and the cinnamon are still there in abundance. And the caramel notes did reemerge into a much bigger flavor, giving it sweetness and smoothness. It smoothed out the nutmeg, and the black coffee was nice and elevated to the point where it was noticeable and it balanced out the cigar. The finish quite a bit of, well, some of the citrus is over on the finish, and brown sugar and nutmeg, and just a sprinkling of cinnamon. Very good lingering black pepper. The cigar actually improved in the final third. Unheard of. The final third, I would go 96. It's full bodied, full flavored, nice sweetness, smooth, quite unusual compared to what we've had lately. That will give you an overall score of 95.33. This is a very good Connecticut. Best Connecticut I've had all year. I love the citrus flavors that are throughout the cigar predominantly. Here at the end, it wasn't quite as strong, but the caramel and the brown sugar and cinnamon made up for it. It was still plenty, an adequate amount of the citrus notes, but not quite to the point they were in the first third. But that power just sealed the deal for me. Good cigar. And you know you can get them at a good price if you look around. So there you have it. A tip of the hat to the Perdomo folks for making this. Good cigar. Very good cigar. The Lords of England. New name for me. Probably most of you. Connecticut Toro. 95.33.